Good evening, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday night stream for the Pink Pandas. Hope everyone's doing well. No ZAFL. I can assure you that the people from Big Footy that went to the launch didn't get their code today because I have not got a code. And I was there. So I know Ross said initially that we'd get it on the 13th, but that was before the delay of the game took place. So I was on my email all day that it was down for, and no code is in my inbox. Sadly, otherwise I would be 100% playing it. So, or worst case, it would have just been able to be downloaded and not played because it is locked. But I dare say the code will come into play on May the 4th or earlier. Well, technically, Grok, the list wasn't there when I left, but I got my name added to it via my contacts through work. Yeah. So definitely put onto the list, and I had that confirmed a couple of times. Yeah, so the person who was in the office at the AFL passed it on to the guy who's running it from their end, so it was all taken care of that way. Welcome everybody. Clayton, welcome. Grok, welcome. Nosy, welcome. Kieran, Jacko. Kieran, have you heard the date coming forward? I don't think it will come forward. I am 95% sure it won't come forward. And I say that because when the delay happened, it gave Big Ant a chance to do other activations to help promote the game by organising like the in-store play sessions and things like that, and get content creators in to do their bits and pieces too. And I think to organise the in-store play sessions is actually a really difficult thing to do. It's a big task, not only for Big Ant, but for the stores as well. So if you're going to commit to doing that, you have to follow through and do it. I don't think it would serve a purpose to screw the stores around and sort of go, oh yeah, we'll do it, and then, oh no, actually we're going to launch the game early. So I think doing the in-store plays is going to be a good way for them to promote more pre-orders, if they're obviously backing in the game to be good. So based on that, I really don't think it's going to come forward earlier at all. And even a post on Big Footy today from Ross said, it still said the release on the 4th of May. So that's, yeah, so it's going to be the 4th. It's going to be the 4th. I would be gobsmacked if it come through earlier. I would be absolutely shocked, because from a marketing and a pre-order sense, if they really believe in the game and the product they've got, and the delays were just shipping related, and and people can play in store and they think it's going to get them over the line to order, you're crazy not to have that play out. So that's a big ace up their sleeve, and I think they want that to be executed. So, but it is what it is. So he did say though, there was some stuff on, what's the score actually? If someone can tell me the score on the footy, that'd be handy as well. So in Big Footy today, a few things were clarified and mentioned. The first one being that there has been a very late change to the commentary team in the game. So Daisy, Adelaide up. Very good. Daisy Pearce is out. She didn't make the final cut for the game. Not sure of the reasons why. So anyone who says anything is purely speculating, which can be fun to do, but not always accurate. And they have included Gary Lyon into the commentary as well, and they gave Daniel Harford some extra workload to do on the commentary piece. So that's been a late change come through into the game. No one really knows what the makeup of the commentary team is. Like, are they all doing all the games, or are some used for AFLW games, some used for the men's games? I'm not sure how it all works, or how many boundary riders and shit like that. But yes, that was a late change. Ross has confirmed that there definitely will be the play session, the in-store play sessions. He said that will happen. I think that's going to be Melbourne-based only, from what I understand. which sucks for obviously our interstate friends, but maybe Adelaide might be a sneaky chance, because Big Ant just opened an office in Adelaide, so that they might be a chance. But I don't think it'll be much more outside of Melbourne, to be honest. We obviously will be getting a trailer of some kind before the game comes out. They've always said that. Still no word on the when of that trailer. And they also said, Ross also said, which excites me if I'm reading it right, that there will also be the opportunity to stream the game before it comes out on the 4th of May. They were his words. So I did a TikTok on that as well. So I don't know exactly what that meant, and I may have jumped the gun in my assumptions, but if it means that people who stream, or if there's certain people, I don't know. Either way, I hope that I'm able to do it one way or another, because it'd be kind of cool if I could stream the game early for you guys to all watch, so you can make up your own minds, I suppose, and hopefully we can showcase it in a good way and be before the launch. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. Maybe that has something to do with the codes. That's kind of where my first thought went. So the creators that were there on the launch night, there's a few of us there who stream. Maybe that's what he meant by that. But we will see. Will they have... What was that, Jacko? Will they have Chons? What's Chons in rivalry? 50-min train ride to Melbourne CBD. Yeah, I know. I know, it sucks. I know when they did the first AFL Live, I'm pretty sure those play sessions were everywhere. But I think because this has kind of come up a bit later in the piece, so how Ross explained it, to do the play sessions in store, the stores don't really have the setup to do it. So Big Ant had to actually do a makeshift stand, bring their own screens, obviously their own console, man it themselves. So the stores kind of wanted as little to do with it as possible. So it's got to be doable on Big Ant's end with the right shit to set up. But then you've got the problem that if you do it during work hours, most people who are going to want to play it are people who are probably working or at school/uni. So it kind of almost needs to be after hours, which is a bit of a tricky piece for the stores too. So we'll see how that plays out. But I think it's going to be, if they back the game as much as they say they do, play sessions will be a good result for them. But I still think they're getting very, very close to shooting themselves in the foot ever so slightly by not revealing much yet in the way of gameplay. That's just my opinion though. Kieran, I got my refund on my deposit because I was meant to buy it today from Melbourne. I'm going back home to Adelaide tomorrow. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a bit shit. But I mean, at least you'll be able to pick it up in Adelaide. But yeah, that's shit timing, Kieran, for sure. Yes, very late stream, Josh. Welcome, mate. It was, I was watching, what was I watching? I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here with Lauren, and then she's gone to bed because she's a bit drained from the whole pregnancy thing. But no, I thought I'd jump on and play some golf. But no, definitely yeah, in terms of the codes for the streamers or the people at the launch, I definitely haven't got one, so I don't believe that's happened. Yeah, would be nice if it did though. But I think that's maybe what they meant by streaming. There'll be opportunity to stream the game before the game launches. That's my interpretation. What other news came of it? So J&T also posted that he's going to try and get some. He asked everyone what would they like to see, and I suppose it was a pretty open-ended question. Obviously, a lot of people saying they want gameplay. Some people saying they want to see screenshots of all the grounds. So I don't know exactly what he's going to piece together and when, but it sounds like he's going to provide something over hopefully the coming days. Taking some ideas from different replies to comments, but I'm not sure what he'll dish up there. And he's obviously working on a side piece as well with the content creators, which we believe is Caden and Twisty, doing their thing, which is separate to the marketing strategy for, Ross and the main part of the game. So it sounds like that piece will happen end of next week, from what J&T Big Ant said. And then as for the main part via Ross or Big Ant, not sure when it's all going to drop, but he just told us that it will all be happening. But no luck, Josh. No luck. I know that they did say that we'd all get it on today, like the codes, but I think that was before the delay happened. So I think the codes will then come to us at the appropriate time once it gets closer to the 4th of May, Star Wars Day. How was the Metallica thing, Grok? Was it as good as I thought it was going to be? Because it sounded pretty awesome from what you described. Thank you, Kieran. Yeah, third child. Why would you do it? Why would you do it? Taylor walked to kick you go into the third level. Are the Crows extending their lead, are they? But I think that was it for the updates today. There's just been a lot of questions, and there's a lot of people getting upset and a bit shitty that we haven't seen anything. And I get it, because it does start to wear you down a bit, because we're just excited. That's all it is. But they've obviously got a strategy and a thing in place for a reason, and they have promised that we will see stuff before anyone has to hand over any type of money, and that's all we can kind of ask for. So hopefully, it happens in the next couple of weeks, but we'll keep updating as we go along. So I think that was it on the afl23 front. If I think of anything else... Yeah, Kieran, well, I tried my luck this morning at JB, not going to lie. I didn't get a text saying it was ready today, but I got one when I pre-ordered a few weeks ago saying it'll be ready on the 13th. So I went in the store at about 9:20 this morning just to see what would happen. Apologies, Big Ant, if you see this. And yeah, I think I was the second or third person who'd already been in to ask. And they said, oh no, sorry, it's not coming out until the 4th of May. And I sort of said, well, where was your communications about it? And the poor bloke had to go through his entire list manually and text everyone because their head office didn't do it. So JB head office definitely dropped the ball there. I know EB sent out texts about the delay, but no such luck. To my knowledge, no one has secured a game today. So even if they did, no one's going to be able to play, so it wouldn't have mattered. Grok, the music video is almost like old Windows Media Player visualizations, but 3D. The new songs are amazing, though. That's awesome. What was the vibe like? Was everyone up singing and dancing, or being a theatre, were they all staying seated? Will there be a 10-year wait to play at the play sessions? Good question, Clayton. Hello Fresh. Oh, thank you for the follow, Hello Fresh. You do good work. That's thrown me. The play sessions, Clayton, if I remember last time, I don't think the waits were all that long in store, but I don't know if there was the same amount of hype around AFL Live as there is AFL23. So, yeah, it might be a little bit more packed, but maybe if... maybe it's the time of day that might do it. Like, if they do them in the middle of the day, maybe that is your best chance to go and do it, because everyone will be at work. Well, not everyone, but a lot will be at work and already preoccupied. So that might be a couple of cheeky sick days or RDOs to be able to get down to some play sessions. But yeah, I feel like the anticipation of this game is far greater than the first one. So yeah, it might blow out a bit. So what have you been doing, HelloFresh? Is this the real HelloFresh, as in the food company? Grok, they all stayed seated, but they're all headbanging, stomping to the beat of several songs. I reckon they would have found it difficult to do that. I mean, you got to jam. You got to jam to Metallica. Because it sucks when you have to. Yeah, I reckon if I'm. This is a complete guess, Clayton, so don't take this as actual fact, but I would assume if they're. I mean, so at the launch, they were pretty good with crowd control, if we want to call it that. So, like, really minute managing who was playing. So, if it's packed, I reckon they'll just let people play a quarter. So, if they've got two controls, so you've got two people playing a quarter, swap next to, and so on. So, I think if they do that, you'll get through it pretty quick. It'll be okay. You change your tip from Adelaide to Carlton. Oh, hang on, my boys do the footy tips. Who did they pick tonight? The boys picked the Crows. Well done, Liam. Might have been Noah tonight who picked the Crows. That's a win. As I sent the tips through, this is who they tipped for the week. And as I sent them, I said we might be lucky to get 4 this week. We picked Adelaide, Gold Coast, Tigers, Kangaroos, Melbourne, Bulldogs, Eagles, Hawks, and Collingwood. A few of them I wasn't happy with, but I didn't want to change it on them because, you know, they did their thing and they put the tips in. But, yeah, well, I mean, to be totally honest, I'm stone cold last in the tipping comp anyway, so I'm not exactly missing out. So it's kind of, in some sense, a bit of a Hail Mary. I'm happy with the boys to have a dip. There's no rhyme or reason as to what they pick. It's just whatever. Well, for Noah, it's almost whatever team name he can say. And Liam, I don't know, just whatever he likes the sound of. Giants will be premiers. Oof. That's a big call, Clayton. All about the big calls here, though. Don't mind that. Oh, I probably should put my headset on. Now that I've charged it. Now, how many of you are on Twitter, out of interest? And maybe more specifically, follow Mark Stevens. Yeah, as in Mark Stevens from Channel 7. I would like to know how many people have seen what I'm about to say before I say it. It's probably a good thing, Josh. It's AFL related, so I don't... He blocked you, Grok. I don't blame you for not seeing his tweets, Josh. Sorry, just while I adjust my headset. Okay, so Steve-O tweeted tonight that he agrees with his good mate Damien Barrett. I have to read this. I have to get this right because it is just batshit crazy. Okay, so he tweeted, have to say, I agree with my old mate Damien Barrett. In this nimble, creative era, a showdown, so a showdown being Adelaide versus Port, should be played at the MCG. Aim for 90,000 people, Friday night. Each team to host one game every 2 years. Just do it. Like, is there a dumber comment that you could possibly have put out? Like, I don't like flaming people or media or whatever, but seriously, that is just ridiculous. There is no way in the world they would get anything close to 90,000 at the MCG. So I put this in my group chat with my mates, and one of them did a quick Google. And even if you look at the crowd stats just from this year alone, no one's gotten near 90,000 yet. And the Adelaide and Port game got 48,000. So their traditional showdown. So they're saying, Steve-O and Damien Barrett are saying that they're going to find another 50,000 people from somewhere in Melbourne to go, and the 48,000 who went this year in Adelaide are all going to fly over and go to the G. Like, it's just stupid. And the other problem to that is going to be, if it's at the MCG, 50% of the crowd will be corporates and MCC members and have zero atmosphere. Now, I hated this game because of the margin, but I was at the Richmond Port Adelaide elimination final, was it 2014, I think it was, jam-packed, absolutely chockers, and the atmosphere was unbelievable, and I can only imagine what it would be like for a showdown. So why would you take that away from Adelaide when I actually think Adelaide Oval is a really good game to watch footy at, a really good ground to watch footy at. So it makes zero sense to move that to the G. So I'm just unplugging my headset. So the thing with wireless headsets is they can be a bit temperamental getting them turned on. I don't understand. Gather around next year in Melbourne. That's right, Adelaide versus Port. Yeah, and like, I don't know whether I would do this, but if I was in Adelaide I would be tempted to go to a showdown game. It's like I would love to go to an Anzac game. I think that would be great. But yeah, just a dumb call. Like, I'm all for media people having opinions and stuff like that, but that was just stupid. You cannot have Adelaide versus Port at the MCG. Ridiculous. And if you did, you would be lucky to get 40,000 there. And even then, again, 15 to 20% of that, 15 to 20,000 that would be corporates and neutrals, and there would be no atmosphere. It would be disgusting. Yeah, gather around in WA. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, Adelaide just maybe bid the most money for it. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but 118 to 62 final scores. Damn.
EA Sports.
Des Blues, why do we reckon Daisy Pearce isn't doing the commentary anymore? Purely my guess, and no one's got any factual evidence on any of this, so this is all speculation, so I won't go too hard on it, but I think it will have something to do with the current state of affairs playing out with her and her contract at Geelong being an assistant coach. I don't know, like, it's hard. I don't know why that would matter. But that's the only thing I can think of. Maybe it's a time thing, like maybe because of her role doing that, she hasn't got the time to commit to doing the studio sessions. So it could be something along that line. But yeah, I'm not too sure. And like, I know, everyone's got their own opinion on all commentators, but I actually quite like Daisy Pearce's comments. I thought, out of all the special comments, I think she's actually quite knowledgeable.
Nothing like getting that first win in your hip pocket, right?
I feel like some people
over the course of your career, there's a handful
don't like her because they don't like the concept or idea of a female commentating on a men's game, on the men's season. But she knows her shit, whether we like it or not. She knows her shit. I think she's not that bad. But yeah, I don't know whether it's something to do with her, maybe her coaching role at the Cats, and maybe just the time factor that happened. But yeah, nothing was ever really said on that front. I don't mind there being no Captain Obvious, Croc, because it's better than some of the nuffy shit that BT says, when no one knows what the hell's going on, getting players' names wrong every 30 seconds, despite all the research he's done. Like, I would almost rather it be an obvious comment, but actually be factual and something correct that you can relate to. Brody, you're finally early. How are you, mate? Well, you're early. I was probably late. A bit of a late start, but... I reckon the Suns don't finish 9th or 10th. Oh, Stewie Judy, really? Stewie Judy, I think he's rebounded well. They got big Marvia Troll back in this week. I'm not sure why he wasn't playing earlier games. He tore it up last year for them. There was actually quite a number of weeks where, as a Richmond supporter, it would have been nice to have Marv's back because we were struggling big time.
This fairway narrows.
You reckon it's his final year, Gross?
To this green, which is
I feel like, though,
by 4 unique bunkers.
They need to be careful. I know they've maybe not gone through coaches as quick as we did, but they need to be careful not to get stuck into the bad rut of going through coaches just because shit's not going your way. I don't know. It's always a dicey one. Brody afl23 is on the store. Yeah, coming soon. Yeah. Huge thanks to everyone in chat last night who trolled me and made me look at the PS Store and Steam thinking it was there. Yeah, dogs. No, but I mean, it's something, at least it's showing there, but yeah, no real indication. It's like I said before, I'm not sure if you saw the start, Brody, but I'm pretty confident the release date is going to stay as the 4th of May because of the play sessions in store and all the marketing and stuff. I can't see it wavering at all. But I am excited about the prospect of it being able to be streamed earlier than the release date without really knowing what that actually means. I'm hoping that means that those who are there get a code earlier and can stream it because it was all filled with content people. That would be kind of sick.
Right, that's what you want to do. Good lad.
They've now re-signed a lot of their talented youngsters. Yeah, they only really lost. They lost a couple, but I mean, who would go? Who would coach them though? I suppose we always ask that question about any team that's got someone out the door.
On to the 12th now at 450 yards.
Brody, based on what Ross wrote today on Big Footy, he
This one's
kind of
gonna work
wrote
the other way.
a couple of
As
times
we
that
mentioned before,
with the release
accuracy
being the
is the
4th
key
of
off the
May.
tee,
So
as
I
some
feel
of
like they're
those
very
pine
committed
trees
to that.
can reach out and grab
And
you
I say that
if your
because
tee
of
shot's
the
not where it needs
in-store
to be.
play sessions, because they're going to be a really big ticket item. I did not aim that across at all, to get some more pre-orders if they back their game in. So I think it's going to be more beneficial for them to run
Now this, his second from out of the pine
those
stroke.
in-store play sessions. Oh dear. I know.
I'm here to
Everyone was
talk,
looking at the clock last
but
night. We could all be
there's not really
playing
much to say about that. Best to just move on to the next
afl23. It does suck. afl23, not 24. This is an awful, awful hole. I've really botched this. We need to get out of here. Oh my god. Oh yeah, Uze. Yeah, he's been highly touted for a while, hasn't he? Jesus, could see me getting sacked from golf in a second. Wow, I will not make the cut here. No. That's alright. Ah, Kieran, good work on the redemption. Are you okay to drop those down again, Grok, and shoot me a message at the end? Close the game and relaunch. Close the game and trade it in almost with shots like that. Oh, fuck, I didn't even get to finish the
You've got
hole.
trees flanking both sides, a few of which
Two
spring up
over.
right in
That's
the middle of the
embarrassing.
left
31st
bunker,
place. Yeah,
leading
not the
to an
worst
approach
still.
to a slightly elevated green with Alan's Dye's signature cypress
Done a
planks
little
all
bit of
around.
work today. Well, I didn't really do anything, but I've submitted the Pink Panther logo to
No
get
issues
it
here. That is into the fairway.
redrawn in a better format, so we can
Just over
hopefully maybe
90
look to
yards,
apply
all
to
that's
some
left here for his second.
t-shirts or hoodies or phone covers or something. Might do a bit of Pink Panther merch at some point down the track, which might be pretty cool. Even if it's just, I don't care if it's even just me that wears it. I'm always all about getting novelty items and things to wear. But it wasn't until I had an actual close look at the image that I realised how shit of a quality it is when you actually zoom in. It gets so pixelated and
Third shot
god
coming
awful.
up now from the bunker.
But it's just amazing what services now out there to like get stuff reworked. Like $13 Australian, not too bad.
That was on an aggressive
Sporter has some new
line.
wings.
Couldn't quite get it to stop.
Oh,
and
what
that will
flavour
be left
wings?
For par.
Rate AFL23 so far. There's not much to rate. I mean, based off what I played at the launch thingo, I'd probably give that kit like a 6.5. Oh my goodness, a 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Like, I thought it was playable. It had obvious bugs and glitches, but I suppose playing it, you kind of knew what you were getting. Like, you knew you weren't getting the full entire game.
Okay,
So
that
I'm
one
kind of trying to
finished
keep
off.
that
It is a
in
bogey
perspective.
here at unlucky number 13.
But
and he'll slide back now to 3
I
over
think from
par.
all the snippets and the screenshots and stuff we've seen, graphically, I mean, quite clearly the best
On to
version
the
of
14th
AFL
now.
that
This
we've
one
had,
almost a mirror
which
image
makes
of
sense.
number
It's
4.
one of those things that's
It's a
going to
par
naturally
3 at
progress in time.
192 yards. At 4, the danger was water left.
But yeah, gameplay-wise,
Here
it's kind of
on the
hard
right
because
with a
we haven't had
generous
much else to
bailout
go by.
area
Like, we've only really
left
had
of the green.
The bits and pieces that I showed that, I mean, it wasn't a complete game, so it makes it hard.
All right, you take those all day
Like, I just feel like there was
long.
still a
On
lot
the
of mechanisms
chance for
missing
birdie coming up.
from that development kit. And like they said, it was a Frankenstein build, so that was literally just put together for that night and didn't include full code for a lot of stuff. So, like, even just the getting out of tackles and the handballs, getting your arms up, things like that. There was just, and even like there was no speckies in there, so it just felt like there was quite a few things that were missing, but you could still play the game without it, which is what they wanted to achieve, if that makes sense. And I suppose that's why everyone's frothing for gameplay footage. Honey Buffalo. Ooh, minus, is that what you're rating the wings? Minus 10. Kieran, I heard the delays of shipping were due to protests going on in France.
Now to the lone
Don't know how true
par
it is.
5 on this backside, the longest hole on the course.
I don't know.
588-yard par 5.
I don't know if they came from France.
This
I
one
thought I
is
read
a
somewhere
toughie,
it was Germany or
featuring
Austria.
Narrow landing area off the tee with bunkers
I
on
don't
both
think-
sides, as well as a somewhat
Be careful how I
blind
word
second
this.
shot, requiring a pretty good right to left
The shipping
angle of
piece,
attack.
it can 100% get delayed at a drop of a hat from the ports, where the companies getting the stock get like literally zero notice, because I've had that happen to me many a times, which causes a great deal of stress. But I think the main part of the delay, in my opinion, based on what I've experienced in the last 2 weeks with my own job, is our customs here is shit at the moment. So I said the other night that, yeah, we've been told that customs has been, they've got short staff at the moment. So what usually would take maybe 3 to 5 days to get cleared from customs is now taking potentially 2 to 3 weeks, because there's such a backlog of containers. You've got to remember, all containers globally for all businesses are going to the one spot, or mostly to the one spot. And if they've got short staff, there's a huge backlog. And then not only once you get it cleared from customs might take 2 to 3 weeks, you've then got to be able to get a booking for a truck to get it to your warehouse in a booking time slot. And you can easily lose 3 to 5 days just in that process itself. Then you've got to get it to your warehouse. Then you've got to unpack it, receipt it all in, stock it away, and then pick, pack, and send to all the stores. So it's a lengthy process. It doesn't just happen as quickly as maybe some thought it does, but the customs piece is definitely the biggest part of the issue, because it, and you can't do anything about it. There's literally nothing Big Ant could do about that. It's the customs, they run their own race, they do things how they want to do it. You can email the freight forwarders as much as you want, but you're simply just in the queue. You cannot get it sped up. It's crazy, because we tried to do it for a big container of footies for all the leagues that were starting
We turn to
this week.
Notovigay the third for this look
stressing me
at
the hell
birdie.
out.
And these are the putts he hasn't
Gameplay
been able
on
to do
Monday.
much
Hope so,
with
Des
all
Blues.
game.
I hope
This
you're right.
doesn't have a whole lot of
That would be
movement to it.
cool.
He could surely use it.
I'm kind of at the stage now where I'm not holding out hope to get gameplay on certain days and things like that. I'll be happy just to get it when we get it. Get in.
Yes.
What a putt.
Pace to get up that slope.
I think it's in Australia. I think the way, this is just my opinion, but one of the posts read was, I think it's still stuck in customs,
So our featured golfer well back
and it's
up
just
to
waiting to
round
get
one,
cleared.
and
I don't think
now
it's on the wall still.
we're
I think it's here, but it's just not released yet to Big Ant in their warehouse. I don't think if Brody, if the delay was purely freight based, I don't think it would get delayed again. I think May 4th was
So that's
very
it for
much
us, for Frank,
a
Nota,
very
Iona,
extended date
and
to aim
our
for.
entire crew. Rich Loader saying,
But it
"Thanks
allows some buffer for sure to get stuff into store, and it allows the play sessions as well. So if it was just purely based on freight alone and nothing else, nothing sinister, then it'll be fine, I think. Oh, did they lock you off for the fake release thing? Yeah, you got to be. That's hopefully. So probably just a thread ban that might expire at some point. It'll be a thread ban though. The gather round footies look good. Yeah. They come up really well, Kieran. They were really, really good. The artwork always looked okay on screen, but we were a little bit unsure how it would translate onto the ball, but they come up really good. And it's, I think we put out a video about it, but they are the most timely and expensive ball I think that we've made ever. Just with the amount of paint used for the screens, and the amount of times you've got to pass it through. A lot of man hours went into that job to get those balls done, just because of the detail in the artwork. But they come up a treat. They look really good.
Things starting to slowly take shape.
So once it gets released, it's out. Yeah. So once customs clear it, it's then eligible for you to be able to book it in to get delivered to your warehouse.
Some
But
good
even to
names up
get
there,
a truck
including our
to
leader.
pick it up
So
from the
let's get out
docks
and
or
pick
from
up
the
the
port
action as we
and
head
get it to your
the tee
warehouse, you can
at the
still
par 5
take
15.
3 to 5 days for that part to happen because there's so many containers backlogged at the ports. You just got to wait in line. So it's not as easy as just, oh, it cleared on customs on Monday, let's get it here Tuesday. It doesn't. There's just so many containers backlogged from all different companies that there's just a waiting
Just
list.
what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
No, he won't be happy with the Blues. No, he definitely won't be. Not if they got done by that much. No, we definitely won't get it early. Definitely won't. It now doesn't make sense for them to do it early because of the in-store play sessions. It makes more sense to let that play out because I think that's going to give them a few more pre-orders and things like that. And people a chance to get their hands on it. He might go on a rampage. He might. Not a bad approach. But look, it'll arrive when it arrives. I know I just said that it won't be delayed anymore, and I really don't think it will be. But if it does, I go away in like this middle of May, so I'll be shattered if it comes out while I'm away. But I'm thinking it'll be the 4th, and then I'll get a week or two solid of playing it, and then away for 6 days. But
it's a birdie here at 15. And he's going to need a little
it
bit
is
more
what
of
it is.
that as he is still
And they got a bit on too. They obviously got the cricket game and
on this Friday. The final 3-hole
rugby.
stretch begins here at the 434-yard par 4 16th. It's a dogleg left with an expanse of sand running along much of the entire left side of the hole.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what J&T Big Ant dishes up over the next, whether it's the few days or whatever. Might just be screenshots. I don't know what it's going to be. He was getting feedback from people in the thread about what they want to see. Obviously, everyone's saying gameplay, but that's
right down the middle.
I would say that's
Second
less
shot
likely
straight
on the
ahead, and
cards.
we go
Based
to
on his
Iona
responses,
Well,
it
he's
feels
left
like the one
himself
we're going to get
121
is
yards to the
someone
hole,
asked for
and the pin on the left
shots of
portion
all
the
the
green.
stadiums because they were pretty. When I say they, Big Ant were pretty happy with how all the stadiums and that come out and look. Fuck treat. So I reckon we might get that. That's my guess.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in the rough.
What did everyone think? I
Wonder
can't remember
what
if we
might have
asked this the
been.
other night. What did everyone think of the Dustin Martin picture? Damn it. I thought the Dusty one was a good one. Obviously, there was the tattoo piece, but there was a valid and logical explanation for that, so that was okay.
Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16.
Like, it sucks that
And he'll
there is
remain
those legal things in
right
place
where
for
he is.
copyright, and it just must
You
be,
come to the 17th
all
hole
it takes
and
is
you finally
one tattoo
realize,
artist
that's
for
right,
one
I'm
type
on
of
an
game,
island.
and then it just
It's
ruins
a
it for
par
everyone else,
3
doesn't
measuring
it?
out at 174
So it is a bit of a
yards.
shame, but
Spectacular view
I
looking
fully
out over the
understand
water
why Big
toward
Ant
the Fusky Island.
can't even shade it to
biggest
make it look
issue
similar,
here,
because it's not
that
worth it. It's
bunker
not
that
worth
juts
getting the
across
potential
the
legal
front and left
action
portions
as a
of the
small
green.
company. Yeah, it is a great. It definitely is. It's a moral grey area, but it's not worth getting into, is it? Like, if you're a small developer, why would you try and take on or risk it
Hit, wrong club. What happened there,
with
Frank?
how easy people can get sued for shit these days? It's just not worth it.
It's a little bit of a head scratcher.
I would probably have played it safe as well. That's it. It's better than no tats at all. And if the options are either... Oh, shit. If the options are either coloured tats or no tats, you're better off just going the coloured ones. And
Well too. That could have gone in for the
like,
same
realistically, at the end of the day, when you're actually playing the game, you're not going to see him anyway, because the camera angle's probably that far up that you're only going to really see it during cut scenes and things like that. And I know that's still part of the game and it's still nice and important.
One of the real
But
signature holes on
it's
the
not.
PGA
To,
Tour.
I think
It's
some
a
people
par
get
four at
a bit over the top with that kind of
472
stuff. Like it doesn't
yards.
impact.
Sort of a visually
I don't know,
awkward
maybe
landing
I'm
area. You want to make sure you don't hit it through
not
the
as
fairway and
nerdy or
into
not
the
as
hazard. But a good
into
drive
it
sets
as
up
them, but I just don't think it
finish,
impacts the game
taking dead
whatsoever.
aim at that beacon of a
Or it won't
lighthouse.
impact my ability to enjoy the game if the tattoos are coloured. Especially since they've given the reason behind it.
Beautiful
If there was no
tempo
reason,
swing.
it was
This
just
gonna
cost,
wind
and
up
that's a bit of a
squarely
different
on the
story.
fairway.
Next AFL game, I don't think Ross will use Big Footy. That's I won't be shocked if that happens. Although I won't be shocked if he does less on it, and maybe J&T does more on it, because I think they do enjoy the conversation and some of the ideas and stuff that come from it, because they have used some of the ideas that have come from people on Big Footy. It's just unfortunate there's probably a small portion of people who do carry on a bit that maybe ruin it. But if they can get past that, and if they can be of the understanding that people are only doing that because they're genuinely excited for the game, then hopefully they'll keep sticking around, because it's awesome. It's good.
It's a nice finish, a birdie at 18.
Was that like birdie there? Yeah,
Second round score.
I'm in the opinion of the person who posted the artwork.
So for our featured golfer Frank, it is
It is a tricky one, Grok, isn't it? Because you've got the art on your body, like you've paid for it. So have you paid for the rides, or are you paying for the labour, or is it both? It is an interesting one, especially if the art was not there during the first place. Exactly right. If it was the customer's brainstormed idea, I agree. But then how do you differentiate all that? It would be an absolute nightmare to try and work all that out on an individual case-by-case basis. I think, unfortunately, because of that, a blanket rule is probably better. Do you reckon crowds will be less for teams not playing well in manager mode? I hope so. A few people have said that has happened in Cricket 22, that when you play like local Shield games, for example, that the crowd's a lot smaller. Is it still called Shield? I'm not sure. But you know what I mean? That the crowd was a lot smaller than if you're playing an international. So, based on that logic, I can't see why that wouldn't be in the game. I'd be shocked if they went backwards on that front. Brady, no, I haven't got a hole in one yet. The best I've done is an eagle. So I'm waiting to get, I don't know what triggers this to happen, but if you hit a really good shot that's going awfully close, you get like a little heartbeat thing come up. But I've only had one of those and it just missed. Oh, fuck, as I say that, no. Brody, this would be an amazing bit of timing by you in that question if this goes in. Oh, shit. I seriously clinched up a little bit there. That would have been unbelievable if you had have asked about a hole-in-one and then I hit it. Oof, my heart's racing a little bit. That got me a little bit excited. Hey, how are you, mate? What's going on?
He's able to get it back to 1 over.
Jeez, my heart is still racing. I absolutely shit myself there. That was going to go in. If you play for a local club, the crowd is smaller as well as things. Yeah, that makes sense. That's completely logical, and I hope that's the same logic. I feel like it will be. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Zachary with the redemption. Thank you, Zach. Rock will note that one down. Well played to you.
Should leave you with a good look into a green.
I wish that went
slopes
to
off
YouTube
right.
short. The crowd looks very real. I actually didn't pay too much attention to the crowd. Oddly enough, but I think there's a few people concerned that they all had the same expressions, or I don't know, some random stuff. But like, if you were all a developer of a game,
we'll do just fine.
How much time would you, in your opinion, put into things like the aesthetics, like the crowd? Like, what would you? Yeah. How high on the list of importance would you have that? It's a tricky one. Because obviously gameplay's king, but you've still got I suppose, an obligation to make it look as real as possible. Oh, I needed to hit that a bit harder, didn't I?
That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in
Saw a pick and it looked real. Like that Dusty pick, for example, that looked pretty good. Like even the stand and the chimney in the background for Mars Stadium, I thought that was pretty cool. there's quite a few people who had said that they've been to Mars Stadium quite a bit and they thought it was very good. I panicked and spun it backwards instead of forwards.
This now 7 feet for his birdie.
Birdie.
Yeah, that's
Grok, I remember WWE games where the crowd were 2D, basically, when they were just holding the signs bobbing up and down. I remember that. The Hound, afl23 is on the pistol. Yep. It pretty much, you can look but you can't touch, is essentially what it is on there. But at least it's showing somewhere, unlike the stitch up you pulled on me last night 3 times. Kieran, I think gameplay is the first, feature second, graphics third, crowd fourth, ratings fifth. Yeah, it'd be hard to disagree with any of that. I suppose the ratings and the gameplay probably go hand in hand a bit, don't they? And the only other positive about the delay, and maybe I'm just clutching at straws, is that it still gives them another opportunity to keep using champion data, because I think they're doing like live updates on the players' stats. So it means we're going to get, it's going to be even more accurate again, which is kind of cool. That's shit.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
No. Green light special, really.
Is there? So there's no draft classes.
Short.
Or Subiaco for you, Grok, yeah. I'm so shattered. I think, is it in June or July? Whenever we play West Coast, that same week, Tottenham's playing in bloody Perth as well, playing against West Ham. Get in!
Oh, doesn't hurt to leave
Get
it
in!
short.
Chip off the green.
Well
Come at me.
That is a birdie from off the green.
Yes, I was like, would love to have gone to Perth to watch Richmond play and Tottenham, being a Spurs supporter. That would have been unbelievable. But timing is everything, and it doesn't really pan out for them. Not to mention the costs as well, especially with a third kid, won't be far away from that date. It just makes it a little bit tricky, but would have been unbelievable to go to. Herbie's going, lucky bastard. He's a West Ham supporter though. Oh, too far.
And that one going to continue.
Yeah, thank you, Brody, for trying that again.
Shouldn't be too bad from back there.
That's always worth a shot. The chip in. 2 holes in a row. Get in. Kieran, I guess the focus would be lower for ratings because they can change ease in the other things. True. I think ratings are important, definitely top 3. That's a good call. The ratings are definitely something that's easier to update on the fly than other stuff. Like the other stuff, like your graphics and stadiums and whatever, are a lot more chunkier, aren't they? That's a good call. Oh yeah, I'll have another round or two here, and then feel free to jump in. I just got to work out how far into this tournament I am, and then we'll partner up. Live streaming their stadium tour in Texas. Oh, and cinemas worldwide. See, that's where shit's at. Streaming your concert in cinemas worldwide. That's an interesting move. I like it. Oh, I see my little spin meter's gone up. That's good.
Yeah,
G'day, Sean. Welcome. First time chatter. Good to have you on board. Hope you're doing well.
That is set up just fine.
Anksy, welcome. How are you, mates? They should concentrate on just putting a perfect reflection of the hound in his team's crowd. That would be kind of cool if you could put your own, like if you could face scan and just have the an entire crowd full of the hound in his North Melbourne jersey eating Bean Boozled. How good would that be? I agree, Grog. I think that makes perfect sense to do that. I've underhit that dramatically. Oh, maybe not. Still there on the green stuff. A KFC boy with a Richmond crowd. The options are endless. It would be so good.
And it's an inviting one.
We don't have a crowd. That's a good call, Hound. Sean, I'm excited that they're going to add 3-click in this game. What do you mean? What's 3-click in terms of golf? I'm not across a lot of golf stuff. I just enjoy playing. What does that mean? I don't know what to play for the next few weeks to pass time. I know. That's why the strategic purchase of golf has been worth its weight in gold. Not too bad. I'll take a little.
Still pretty good from there.
I'm going to use North in coach mode first up. Why is that? Is there a joke behind that one, Das Blues? Is there a punchline?
Okay, that in for par.
Imagine having Susan in the North squad. Or Harrow Lad. Get Harrow Lad in the Geelong squad. Aiden Bonner is out. You got your wish, and you got your wish.
Harbour Town with the 332-yard par 4 9.
How's Sydney's out?
It makes up for by
nah, Grok, you can't be serious. Do you genuinely not know who that is? No, you know who that is.
Prevents tee shots from running on.
Oh, I was going to say, Jesus Christ, you've been around long enough to know who that is.
And take a wedge into this boomerang-shaped green.
Lad. Remember when he got banned for ruining a Star Wars movie? Grow the team, make him the best in the comp. I think there's definitely an attraction to that, Blues. It's the same as like soccer games or basketball games. You pick the lower ranked teams and try and bring them up through the divisions. It's a bit more of a... You probably feel more accomplished if you do it, don't you? Oh my god. Short arm that. He described me as the single worst thing to ever happen to the sweet FA. I got asked to go back there not long ago. I don't think I replied to the message, which is a bit rude of me, but I just don't have the time to post. Thank you. Thank you very much. My chip game is on point tonight. I'm just saying that was pretty good. I was like 75th at one point in this, and I've clawed my way back to be 3 under. Got enough chips for a plate of nachos. Absolutely ripping it tonight on the chips. 3-click is a different type of swing. You don't use the analog stick. Oh, really? That's interesting, Sean. Has that ever been in one of their golf games before? For context, the last golf game I played was it Clubhouse Grok? I always forget what it's called. But it was rubbish. So, 3-clicks. When are they bringing that in? That's interesting. It's in 2K23. Okay. And do you find that to be more accurate or better than the sticks in terms of... I suppose you won't get the thumbstick flicking off to the side like I do sometimes. X to start, X for power, X for accuracy. Ah, interesting. So technically you won't get any like wavering on your shots because that should all be pretty well straight. You prefer the X button? Is that because it eliminates a bit more human error? That's okay, so because I wouldn't mind that either at times. Do you play PGA as well, Sean, as well as 2K? And if so, what are your thoughts between the two? I've not played the 2K version, but how do you think they both compare? You're going to trade Zeeble straight away and get Nick Dacos? Well, you reckon they'll do that straight swap? Gee, I reckon you might throw in a sweetener there, Das Blues. G'day, Robo, welcome, mates. Only new news would be, as per the TikToks today, that there's a late change in commentary. So Daisy Pearce is out and Gary Lyon is in. That we will be getting play sessions in store. We obviously will be getting a trailer at some point. And that there will be opportunity to stream the game before release. But I don't fully know what that means. I'm hoping it means those at the launch night who get codes get access early and we can stream it. That would be pretty cool. But I don't categorically know what that means. The closer you get to... Oh, okay, show where it goes. there's an update as well, pinned comment. Yeah, so there's no one's gotten the game yet or anything like that. Nothing of that nature, Robbo. I've hit that straight into the bunker. I've undercooked that. That is shit.
Not sure what happened there. Wrong
I
club
panicked.
selection,
I thought I was going to overhit
poor
it.
execution. Regardless, a lot of meat still on that bone.
We'll try and recover this. Not the worst recovery shot.
Okay, pretty big swing necessary there. And
Zach, the
that's
way I
not all
look
that
at it,
bad from that far away.
I don't think if I can say it's 4th of May because it's already been a week since it was announced. Yeah, exactly. It'll go quick enough. Like, I get the frustration with not seeing stuff, but as it draws closer, I think we'll definitely start to see more and more. Sean, getting a good tempo is much harder in 2K than PGA, but the putting is easier in 2K than PGA. Okay, interesting. In what way? What things are easier in the 2K version out of interest, Sean? Because I have struggled a little bit with the putting in here, to be honest. But that's because I'm probably not good at math with my angles. Although I just got that one. That's something.
That is in for par here at 13.
The game's there. Yeah, that's right, Robbo. You can see it in the PS Store, but you can't touch it. So I think
The 14th now at
there was a lot of
Harvard Town,
unsuccessful attempts
190
today
yards.
to get the game
Don't let
over the
fact
counter
that
at
this
JB
is
and
the
EB.
number 18 handicap hole fool you. The danger
I
is
will check that
self-evident on this
after
hole as water
for
runs
you, Zach.
all
I don't
along
have
the
my
right side
spreadsheet
of the
open at the
green.
moment because Grok is kindly taking down the names who enter tonight. Oh, have I hit that too hard? Go right. Ah, damn it.
How about the accuracy?
Why didn't I get a
there?
heartbeat for that? That was
Kick
close than the other
range,
shot.
A beautiful shot.
Actually, PGA gameplay is a lot more advanced, precise. Oh, SJ with the entry. Oh, really? So you like it? You like it, Anksy? The PGA is a lot more precise. In what way? Because I've got really nothing to compare it to be honest. So that's good to hear someone who's played a bit say that. Trade Goldstein for Luke Jackson. Download a game in the PS library to pass time. Surely, Brody. Surely there's a heap of free games in the PS Store.
So this has been an
I'm trying to think of a game
clinic
I can
in
even
that
recommend
nearly
for you, but I
tap
can't
away
think of anything off the top of my
hole-in-one,
head.
but instead it is
That's
just
free anyway.
a tap-in birdie.
Do they often do like the old school retro games,
This
like your
hole
Mortal
par 5 on
Kombats
Harbour Town's back nine
or
is this one,
Crash
the
Bandicoot and
15th
stuff
at
like that?
588 yards. Most of the problems here come on that second
If I wasn't
shot,
playing
which
this,
requires
I would
you either
almost
to play a big right to
be
left,
certain that I would
or
have got my
to
Switch
cut
back
the
out,
angle, hit it
capture
over the
carded
trees,
it up to the
and hope
PC, and
you've
played
got it
Mario
online.
after watching the Mario movie. I reckon that's the path I would have gone down. Seems a lot more precise. Okay.
No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway.
What did Sean say? The green grids and reading the putts
So
in
one win
PGA
already this
sometimes
season on the
lies to you and it's not
Corn
accurate,
Ferry
whereas
Tour. Now in
2K the putting
contention
grids
for a second.
are easy to
Noah
read,
Begay
yeah.
the third is with us. Noah, you
What do you
won
prefer
4
though?
times
I
on the
don't
PGA
mind.
Tour, and that's where they're all
I don't
trying
mind it
to
not
get
being
to.
an exact
What do you
thing
draw
on this
at
because you've got to
this
have
point
like there's
in
obviously
time?
natural
Well, you
elements
look
and
to
things are
grit,
going to be
you
different from
look
hole
to
to hole with
determination, and
the lie and
maintain your
the
ability to stay
dips and the
aggressive
slopes
in
and stuff
key
like that.
moments.
So
There's
I
gonna
don't
be
mind
some
that.
opportunities to keep the gas down.
I mean,
The
I've probably
difference between
still got
losing and
obviously
winning on the Corn Ferry Tour is
cheat
being
code,
aggressive
but
in those key
got the
moments.
little
And at
tracker
this
thing
point,
on
Noah,
that
do you
helps.
say, hey, look, I've done
Oh
it
fuck! I've hit
before,
that way too
already
wide.
this season.
Yeah, and that breeds confidence,
That
and
sucks.
confidence is a killer in
I
professional golf.
prefer
You have
group play
confidence,
and
you can
laughing.
do
The
great
guy hits
things.
every water hazard and then swears a lot. Yeah, that's probably me. My only gripe so far on this game, I don't think I want to hit that hard, is the online piece that there's not really a hell of a lot of modes. Like you can't do Ambrose, alternate shot, or best ball or anything like that. It's simply just kind of head to head. I just feel like there's a big chunk missing from that. Do you get the same vibes?
Frank landed it on
PGA
the green.
Tour, yeah, 2K21. How much is that?
No chance.
Hopefully you can put a tag. Oh, you can do like the jockeying thing, I think. And online in 2K is just tops. So what mode, Sean, are there on 2K online that they don't have in this yet? And surely EA have to add some shit, because it's just basic head-to-head in arcade or pro mode or whatever. Like, surely you get to do best ball and all those other kind of fun and weird modes. It doesn't make sense to have it. I haven't experienced too much lag in this yet, I don't think.
Yeah, good putt.
Free from the P store. Bang, there you go.
And it'll stay.
Out of interest, what is my voice sync like with the visual of the camera? Is it still thereabouts with my tweaking of settings in OBS? I still don't know why it's doing it. I've got no idea. It's bad. Oh, God.
A well-placed tee shot will leave you with a fairly short iron into a small egg-shaped
How far out do you
green.
reckon? Have I played Evo 2? I did play it. I can't remember the last time I played it, though. I reckon I would have traded it back in a long, long time ago. But now we can't even play that now because it's not on the store. Which is annoying. MLB The Show. That looks pretty good. I was watching people play that the other day, Brody. It looks good.
Another wonderful tee shot.
I have heard, though, and this might be wrong, but I have heard that it can be a struggle for Aussies to play on the US servers because it's baseball. Obviously, is
to get to the front portion of the green. 127 to fly it all the way there.
Heavily an American game, I suppose. That it can be a struggle for Aussies to get good servers. They can lag quite a bit. Oh, that's not a bad approach shot.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, what, 6-7 feet
Half
in
a
there?
second.
That is an
Okay, so maybe we should
excellent
increase
approach
it. We should get an update from the developers about afl23 soon.
We're
Yeah, they did a bit of a mini update today, I suppose, Robbo. It sounds like we'll definitely get something next week. I think it'll be the content creator piece. Hopefully some more screenshots this week. We'll see how we all go.
But it's likely
Yeah, 2K23 WWE looks awesome, Grok. Well, we obviously did the raid last night, watching the gameplay for a bit, and the Hound loves it as well. Hound speaks very highly of 2K23 wrestling. MLB's hard to play. It does actually look hard, Josh. You're not wrong. Like the timing of and reading the different pitches. Like when I was watching people play it, I felt like I would be at a distinct disadvantage in that game because I don't understand baseball and the different pitch types. Like I feel like if you understand it and live it and breathe it a bit, that you would be better equipped to hit the ball. I think I would struggle. Oh, that's shit. Ugh, that's ugly. I heard tomorrow morning there might be news. Oh, where did you hear that, Blues? Where did you hear that?
Now from the bunker. Just a little splash.
I think, Brody, you're right. The baseball in the career, I mean, if the server thing's correct, would be the way to go. That's not a bad recovery shot. I'll take that.
Okay,
I know it's only for par.
Out of the sand. Would maybe like to run that up a little further, but
I heard ugly.
the worst shot in the world.
Oh, Hound, have you got any update on the guest star feature yet? Have you worked it out? The alternate camera thing. Have we got that sorted? Someone will be. Who was the poster, Das Blues? Who was the poster?
And he's going to remain at 10 under.
Yes, thank you, Angsty. Yeah, we're just saying that you're a big fan of WWE 2K23.
This is at 472 yards.
You get to know some of the shit posters on there, Das Blues.
Just right of that Hilton Head Lighthouse.
I don't know whether this is a good thing or not, but I've been on that site for about 16 years. Not always as an active poster. There was probably
to the right.
7 to 9 year period where I was pretty much just a reader, not a poster. So you kind of get to work out who knows shit and who doesn't. And then I've done a bit of moderating on there, as has Grok.
Second shot.
And now I run the podcast with a Richmond board, so can't keep away from the place. But there's definitely long periods of time where I don't even read it. Oh, no, I wanted it on the green.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yes,
It's still being a toxic bum. That shit. What are we going to do then? Kind of plays a big part in the draw. Ah, jeez, I fucking hit that too hard. Player manager mode in Evo 2, nice.
Far from a tap-in for his par.
What was that like on Evo 2? I can't remember.
That's not at all.
Or did you have platinum? You've got platinum on Evo 2. How many trophies was it? That's actually the one thing I've not accomplished on any game. I've never platinumed a game. I've gotten close on Rocket League.
Okay,
And Astro Boy, when PlayStation 5 first came out, that was like the first game I played all day. Never platinumed a game. I'm not usually hell-bent on trophies. It doesn't faze me too much. But I feel like it's something I need to accomplish.
Yeah, it's been a good
Just to
day
say
out
I've
here.
done it.
Once again, we've seen the golf course give more than it takes.
Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner saying,
Yeah, you can feature. I can feature your face, just not mine. I'm just trying to think out loud how it will work. So the options are either, because I can, like, if I streamed it, I can have your face on my screen, but then your stream's not on, so I don't know how that then impacts. Like, because I suppose the idea is to have both streams on at the same time, so it's kind of concurrent and syncs. But if your camera's on my screen, your camera won't be on your screen, which seems a bit counterproductive. Yeah. I'll have to keep thinking of a way around this. 27 trophies on Evo 2. Okay, that's not too bad. Is there less or more in afl23? I feel like when I saw the initial list of trophies, I feel like there wasn't enough. Oh, fuck.
EA Sports and the Corn Ferry Tour.
I'll finish this one hand and we'll do a round.
The finest young golfers.
I have done Fortnite streams in the past, that's Blues. I'm not the greatest at it, must be said. Although Kane, I know he's not on tonight, but Kano and I got a cheeky duos win not long ago, which was good. I do no build. I'm not a good builder. It's been a big struggle ever since, like, playing on computer is so different to PS5. Like, I was never a good builder even on PlayStation, but when playing in a squad, I'd usually have a couple of people there who were very good at building. So no build's probably my go-to. But I've definitely always felt that Fortnite is one of those games you can pick up and play whenever, and it plays well, if that makes sense. I've underhit that so bad. That's shit.
Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short.
Yeah, I might do a Fortnite one at some stage. Fall Guys is probably another one that I've streamed a little bit. Another one that you can just kind of pick up and chuck in and play. AFL Evo 2 is the only game you've ever platinumed. There you go. I wonder how many of us will get close to platinuming AFL23.
Well done. That is in for a par here at the first.
I'm better than him and I'm shit.
Even par. Frank,
Oh,
it's
my
always nice to
evens.
begin around with a little variety. We had a relatively short par 4 opening hole, and now a par
Oh,
3
yeah, the
back
coach.
out.
I do have that.
See why
I
short
think I
iron
streamed it
playing is
once,
gonna
and
be
then I got
paramount today, Rich.
caught up
Short
in playing
into the
something
first
else.
hole and a chance here to hit another short
I can do that
short
one night,
par
though,
3.
especially now
So
that
you
we've got a
can
bit
get
of
off to
a
very fast start.
gap week until AFL. If I had have had it at the start of the year... Oh, shit, spun it too much. It would have been a cool way to potentially do footy tips. Like, just have all the games simulate, and then base the tips off that. But no, I can pop that on. Pink Panda's Fantasy Draft. In what? Oh, fuck, thumbstick issue there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well done. It's a birdie here at the second.
Rocket League. Ah, the Hound is gun at Rocket League. Have streamed that a couple of times. I'm a role player in Rocket League, so I'm happy to sit back and try and guard goals. I'm not very good at flying. But again, like, and this is like one of the issues with being a variety streamer, is I end up being like okay, reasonably good at a lot of games, but never excellent or very good at anything. So I never get to that high level gameplay that some others do who actually put the right time into it. But I just kind of enjoy playing whatever I'm feeling at the time. But, don't sell yourself shorthand. You shit on me at Rocket League. You absolutely,
within range from here.
absolutely sharked us at one time. Well, yeah, how does that... I'm not fully across how that works yet, Brody, but yeah, if you can make a team and play a season with it, absolutely. Make a Pink Panda team and get followers in there for sure. That would be very amusing. Keep track of everyone's stats. Footy Coach 2023, you start a draft and then we all decide what player to draft, so it's a community-based team. Oh, so as in that simulator game, Grok, is that what you're talking about? Oh, that's too much.
Has to be thrilled with
Diamond 2 in Rocket League. How high is that? Is that high?
Yeah, did
it sounds
just
high.
to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now
I've got a DeLorean in Rocket League. That's my claim to fame. I don't even know what I'm doing this weekend. I've got to get some shit ready for the pending third child. Get some kids' clothes and bedroom sorted. But yeah, I think next stream, yeah, I can do, and maybe it might even be tomorrow night after the footy potentially. I might do AFC.
Here at 1.
You can play with actual lists or fantasy draft of all players. Yeah, okay. We might have to nut that one out. That would be a good one to do. Draft everyone.
Frank, it's always fun to play a par 3 just like this one.
What time is our game?
Obviously get to tee it up. Should be able to carry
If it's a 7:50 game, probably less likely because it finishes a bit later. If it's a 7, I know that sounds so stupid. Now I've said it out loud. Like 30 minutes is the only difference. That sounds dumb. I don't know. I'll see how we're going tomorrow. I think I've got a club down for this. It's an 8-10 game. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no chance. Diamonds, okay, above average. Is it really 8-10? Yeah, no. Whose idea was that?
Okay, fortunate there. That ball.
Okay, time difference. Get the Jenga blocks. I do have to look for the Jenga blocks. So we are...
We welcome in
Iona
Steven. This
tricky putt. We are looking to do
And this should
a
have
subathon in the near future to celebrate 500 followers and hopefully the AFL game. But it's going to be all Jenga block related. So any sub or whatever will pull out a Jenga block and I'll have a camera next to me on the Jenga stack. And each block will have something on it, whether it's have a toxic waste sour or a bean boozle or what were the other things I had? Like a pie in the face, whatever it might be. I'll think of other random shit. So if anyone's got any other punishments, feel free to send through. And yeah, we'll do that eventually. So then, I've not hit that hard enough at all. So that'll be something a little bit different, a bit of a different way to do it. Embarrassing photo. I've got too many of them, Grok. Like, all you have to do is go through Lauren's Facebook and you're loaded. I do some stupid shit.
Okay, that one finished off.
Like the other night, she was filming me. I was at her brother-in-law's house. The kids had disappeared into another room, thank God. But they were in the lounge room that I was in, watching Bananas in Pajamas. But they'd left. They'd been gone for about 10 minutes. And I was laying on the floor just intently watching this episode of Bananas in Pajamas because I needed to know if Morgan became good at baseball again or whatever he was doing. And she's like, what the hell are you doing? It was, yeah, I just got absorbed in it. And she was filming me. It was like, oh, God. Is everyone else who's in a relationship like that, or who have friends like that, that you're not safe to do anything around them because once it's on video or on camera, you're cooked.
Just
like,
what you want at this
we even
point
went on a
in the
holiday to
round, trying
Queensland
find a
years and
rhythm,
years ago with
hit
another
fairways,
family, like
hit
Herbie's
the
family.
middle of the club face.
And
that's what they did right there.
we didn't have kids then, right? He's had kids for a lot longer than I have. And, you know, being a good friend, I'm helping out, carrying his kid's backpack. I was wearing a little fucking bucket hat that wasn't mine. I looked like a complete derp. And then someone takes a photo, ends up on Facebook, and now it comes up all the time, and I'm getting shit canned. It's like, oh, God, can't do anything. Pretty, yes. Josh, you get sucked into the kids' cartoons. What's your favourite kid cartoon? I'm still, and I've said this before, I'm still desperately trying to get my kids into Pokemon because I'll actually get enjoyment out of watching that. I should need to do size, but not that swing. None.
That's a good shot.
Yeah,
More importantly,
the
too,
amount of
a green
photos that
regulation, so
I
birdie
think
chance.
they took another photo of me again.
This
I
is
think
a
I was looking after one of
13-footer.
their kids on a carousel in Dreamworld. I was sitting on a horse with a bucket hat and a Tottenham shirt on, and that gets rolled out every so often. Now, look, honestly though, if you can't laugh at yourself, you know, what can you do? You got a bit of fun with it.
Yes, plenty of pace to get up that slope. It is in for a birdie.
Singing a cappella karaoke song of Chet's choice. You don't want that, Grok. I can
Frank, as
promise
we
you,
arrive
you
here
do
at
not
the
want that.
par four,
Like,
sixth hole,
I know I've
reasonably
sung along a
short,
couple of times to the
374 yards. A lot of
Rick
golfers
Roll and the Snoop Dogg.
arrive at a hole like this,
Even
and they'll
that's
think,
borderline
"I'm just gonna
dangerous.
blast
Could
it
break
away
out a bit of
because
Megan
it's such a
Trainor.
short
She's had some
course."
cracking
You
songs
think
lately.
these
That
kinds
might
of
be
holes require
controversial,
a little
but
more thinking.
They certainly do, Rich. If
they
you can't
get a
drive it to the
fair
front edge
amount of
the
playtime in
green,
this
there's
household,
no
Megan
point really
Trainor.
trying to hit it through that narrow neck.
Used to watch
You just
Rory
sort
the
of knock a
racing
three-wood
car.
down
I've never heard of
there,
that,
or
Brody. What was
something
that
that's
on?
gonna give
Was
you
it
a decent
ABC?
yardage where you can at least spin that second shot.
As I
You
said,
can
buy
guarantee that
Pokemon
ball's
Snap
gonna
for the
stop when it
kids.
lands. It's going to be much
Yeah,
easier than
true.
trying to fashion
I'm just
some
shocked
sort of
they
pitch and
didn't
run.
get into it when I had it on TV. I think the two times I've tried to do it, they've been like really into something else and they were wanting to watch that at that particular moment. So I think I've just timed it wrong. Because, oh, that's a shit shot. Because I just thought for sure with the colour and the fucking Pokemon, they'd be all into it.
So disappointing from that kind of a spot.
It's embarrassing for you though, especially when I clip it and share it on. See, this is the thing. You're just building up ammunition to hit a whole different audience with, including Tiggs, CB, and EJ. That so not only am I having to worry about my own Facebook chat with my mates, now I've got to worry about here and a podcast where I'm going to get exposed for stupid shit I do. Nah, it's all a bit of fun. Singing's probably a little bit of a stretch though. That would actually be more a punishment for everyone else than it would be for me.
And he'll stay at 7 under.
I don't know. Chuggington. I've never heard of that either. What was Chuggington about?
Golfer right there
So,
after
if I'm guessing, I'm
2-1,
saying a
sitting
train.
at a tie atop the leaderboard.
Everything to
Have a
play
shit
for
game, we
the
can use it.
next
Yeah, I know.
round.
It's just gonna,
I mean, you couldn't
yeah,
really
a laugh
set
at
up
my
the leaderboard
expense.
better than
I'm okay with having laughs at my expense. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's always good to have a laugh. Alright, Hound, are you still there? We'll do a thing, a round. A shot of half soy sauce / lemon juice. Yeah, that would be shit. Maybe I can get some, what's that? The green shit? Wasabi? Wasabi? Old man. Oh, Jesus. Probably not wrong, though. Is this going to make me have to open up the EA thing again? See, look at this. This is so limited. Terrible. Alright, so we did Augusta and Pebble Beach, so we'll just keep going through. Ocean. All 18. Yes, I want my dude. Zach, golf can be fun to play like cricket, but both boring. I get it. I do. And like I said, I've not played a cricket game for a very, very long time. Potentially Shane Warne Cricket was the last cricket game I played, so I'm looking forward to Cricket 24 when that comes out. No, I don't want to leave the session. I am mindful that it may be a shit watch or a bad game to stream, potentially. Depending on the mode you play, I suppose. If you're playing 2020s, it might be alright. You can see courses, recommended skill... Oh, okay. I didn't even think that. I was just going through the list. But yeah, if anyone else has got ideas for punishments or things to put on the Jenga blocks, send it through. I'm going to get the Bean Boozled, the Warhead ones, the toxic things, whatever they're called.
EA Sports
I'll have to do like a
coverage
Nitro
of
chip or a
PGA
Nitro
Tour
gummy
golf brings
bear.
us to South Carolina,
But I reckon
amidst
that
the
will be
sprawling
for
dunes
if
and
the
sandy
Jenga tower
vistas
falls,
that comprise
then we'll do
ocean
the
course
really hot
at
chip old
Kiowa
gummy bear.
Island. Alongside Frank
Oh, the
Novello,
Hounds done a
I'm
cheeky
Rich Lerner.
redemption.
Frank, this golf
Oh, he's going to
course
give away
is
2
a
entries. Here we go.
challenge.
Who
Kiowa
are
Island,
you
what
awarding
makes
2
it
entries
so
to?
tricky?
First and foremost, the weather. You could play 2 rounds of golf at Kiowa and you wouldn't think you were playing the same golf course. You play it on a still day, course is relatively easy and a fun walk. Play it on a windy day, and this is just flat out hard.
Yeah,
This
big
one,
swing for that
looking
one,
up the right
Josh.
side,
Got a real wind up there.
and that is just what you're envisioning when you're
Does
on
my
the range.
gaming
Now,
chair spin?
positioned nicely in the
Do you
right
know what
side
I'm
of the
sitting on?
fairway. A pretty ideal
I'm
wedge
sitting on a
distance
kitchen
here,
chair.
95 yards for his second.
Look. That is what I'm sitting on, a kitchen chair, would you believe it or not? The gaming chair I had broke, like the like, I suppose the gas or whatever that's in there to go up and down absolutely shit itself. And it was pretty much just at ground level. And I was getting a sore back and everything. It was, yeah, cooked. We do have another gaming chair here. I bought it for Lauren for Christmas a couple of years ago. Just haven't built it. It's a pink one too, so it actually suits the theme.
That's a head scratcher approach shot from relatively close in.
Oh, there
I would
you
have been looking
go.
at 10
Thank
to
you for
15
the
feet.
redemption hand and for
long
donating
range,
those.
this
Groff
for
will
birdie.
note that down. Kitchen chair. Maybe a punishment is stand. Yeah, stand for 30 minutes. That's true. Could do a stand. Feel like an AFL player. Stand. I'll get some different hats. One can be wearing different hats. Like, or dress up stuff that Lauren's got.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it
When I
there.
broke my
That's a
first
pretty
gaming
good
chair, I
effort.
replaced a garden chair. Like one of those plastic ones, Josh. That is awesome.
And he will finish that off.
That's
Nothing
so
wrong
good.
with that. A solid par.
Build
here
it,
to
and then
get
a
the
punishment
round
can be
started.
spinning your chair 10 times to get dizzy. The punishment should be just to build it. Fucking terrible. I'm useless at that shit. I might get 2K. It depends on how the funds are going, Zach. I did plan on getting it a little while ago, to be honest. The hairline would stop you from being an AFL player. I'll just shave it off, I reckon, Hound. Oh, okay, the proper... Okay, right. The proper garden chairs. I thought you were going the full white plastic chair. So that's pretty epic. That would be very funny. One can be a shot of alcohol as well, Grog. We can do that, I suppose. I've got a stack of 10 of those white plastic chairs on the deck. Did forget to buy a cover, and when we went to use them, they were absolutely just shithouse filthy. But I don't want to scull a can of that because I want to savour it. But I might have a choice. How does my wife think you streaming? She thinks it's stupid, which may not shock people, but I think, and it's really hard to explain it to family as well. Like, I suppose they struggle to understand the concept of that people watch people play games. It's like, well, why don't you play it yourself? I said, well, some people do. Sometimes we play with viewers and do all that kind of stuff.
Awfully comfortable here with these first couple of
Yeah,
drives.
so Lauren often will refer to this as not real life, but you know, it's an outlet and I find it very fun and engaging. I enjoy chatting to everyone, getting to know people. It's a big part of it. I'm just going to hit this into the bunker. I don't care. And yeah, like, it's just a good, fun hobby. And I enjoy it. But, you know, I get why some people aren't fond of it. But end of the day, as long as it doesn't interfere with being a dad and helping out with the kids and stuff, it's all fine. So the kids and that always come first.
Be pleased with that one.
Making
On
sure
and
they're
two,
in bed
par
and
five
settled.
didn't
And I would
fly
never
it
leave
there,
her short
but
on
didn't
that
have
front.
to.
But
Got everything you needed out of that
yeah, I
shot.
suppose it's just, it can
So
be a
after
hard
reaching
one
the
for...
green in two,
She's
this
not
will
into
take a
video
full
games
swing with a
whatsoever.
putter, but it is for eagle.
Unless it's Fall Guys or Crash Bandicoot. So I get why streaming is a hard thing to get your head around if you're not a gamer. It can be, yeah, it can be a bit tricky. That's right, that's right. She does get a bit angry. I have to try and find this video clip. I don't think she'll let me post it, but hang on, I'll read this comment. Who do I remind you of? There's a fan front row in WWE 2K looks like me. Take a screenshot, Zach. Post it in the Discord. That's awesome. Oh, that's a good prank, Josh. Injuring your dad. Yeah, so she's played Fall Guys a couple of times. Oh, Brady with the home run. Very good. Good celebrations. The generation that invented going to adult toy stores and paying money for adult films is criticising. Yeah, exactly. No, I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I think people, especially the older generation, really underestimate how popular and how big gaming is.
That's a good eagle.
No, she's
there.
as supportive as I needed to
and
be
just
with
a
it.
short
But
one left for birdie.
that's okay. She does her stuff. I do my stuff. It's all good. Like I said, it's just a good outlet. But yeah, there was one time when I was living at Mum and Dad's house, I had...
Well-deserved birdie there, and it puts him
It was a
in the
GTA game.
as well.
It might have even been
To
5,
wonder par.
because it's been out for fucking how many years now. And there's a level in there where part of the mission was you had to fly a helicopter and go through maybe like rings or something. I don't know, you had to do something to get us hit a certain time. And I did it. I got through it okay. And she thought that she could do it. She's like, oh, give me a turn. And she couldn't even get the helicopter off the ground, and she just kept crashing, and I was filming it, and shit, it was funny to watch
Beautiful
how frustrated she
tempo to
got.
that swing.
There's
This
no
is gonna
idea.
Wind up squarely in the
Very
fairway.
good. Get kicked in the nuts for your enjoyment? Yeah, well, no, I may not go that far. See, now, if there was a a punishment involving like waxing arm hair or leg hair, she would be all in for that. She is a huge fan of inflicting pain on me, so that might be my way to get her involved. I appreciate that, Des Blues. No, I appreciate and love having you on board to chat and watching. It's like I said, it's good fun getting to know everyone, and obviously we're all hanging out for the one game, so it's a good way to pass time.
No, not
Armpit
Good
not
shot.
not doing
Inside
that.
20 feet, I would
I'll do a
imagine,
leg.
so
I'll do
good
not the whole
chance,
leg,
really,
but
outside chance
I don't
a bit.
mind if she has to
Let's
wax
bring
a
in
bit
Noah
of
Begay the
my
third
leg.
for a look
Like I said,
at
if it's
birdie.
inflicting pain,
And he's got to be happy with this ball.
counter in,
laying
I
up
reckon.
Just slightly
If she's awake,
uphill,
that's the problem. Is
almost
because
dead
obviously
straight.
being shit
Got it there, but
pregnant,
not
she gets
quite
getting
on target.
tired quicker. I think we're at the halfway mark, so it's yeah, she finds it hard to stay up as late as this. And that's the thing, like doing this subathon whenever that is. Like
Okay,
some people
that's
have it
finished
open-ended,
off
and it's not going to
for
be
a
that because I
par.
don't have the time to do it. So it's either going to be 8 hours. I would love to try and do a 24-hour stream. I just don't think I can logistically do it with kids. They would need to be somewhere else for the entire time, which is possible, but it's something I'll have to plan out in advance. But the subathon, whenever it occurs, will definitely be capped at that thumbstick at the
Well,
end
they
there
lost that
will be
one
capped
dead
at
right.
some time. I appreciate it, Brady. No, it's been awesome having all you in. It's good fun. I love it. Like I said, the interaction,
Let's see
chatting,
what they can do from here.
what it's all about.
So he should be able to get.
And
a
I try
full
and make
club
that
on
a
this, but the
priority,
ball
like-
below his feet for his second.
I understand my gameplay is not elite compared to some other streamers, but I'd like to think my engagement in chat is at a acceptable level. If I hit that into the bunker, fuck me. Should do. Yeah, I was thinking that,
Into the
Grok.
bunker or
I was-
the frying pan into
yes,
the fire.
but-
Sometimes mistakes.
Yeah, I'll have
They
to get
just
my
have a way
ass
of
into gear,
compounding themselves.
mainly to find the Jenga, because I'm pretty sure. Apparently, we have Jenga here. Do you all want
I
to
may
see
have
what
been a
Michaels
little more
loves having
sunken
me
in than we
stream?
had thought, but all in all, not a bad
Well,
shot out of the bunker.
we were there. I was literally there the other day. Oh, Hounds, you're in Discord. What a dick. Hang on. Let me minimize my screen. Apologies for the screen capture. Alright, Pink Pandas. Blink blonk. Have you got yourself muted, Hound? Yeah, click and collect. I think that is the way to go, Grok. The Hound for the putt. Is this for par?
I think so.
Oh no, bogey. Yeah, we've got to get that guest star thing sorted. I just thought they would have made it. I know it's technically straightforward, but not letting cameras do multi things is a pretty big sticking point, I would have thought, for a lot of people. Ooh.
But yeah, this is why you love having me in the stream, because random things happen.
Oh, yeah.
Just currently working on something here.
Okay, that one's dancing.
All the ranges. Ah, the Hound. There he is. Thank you, mate. Didn't have to do that. Oh, and Kieran's got it. Well done, Kieran. Who do you want your 3 entries to go to?
I'll just have a look at who's in chat in a second, and I'll give another 3 away.
Oof, the Hound coming through with the goods. What an absolute superstar he is. Make sure, Grok, I don't know, I should really send you a list of the commands that I've actually got set up. If you do exclamation SO and then type in the Hound's username, it'll give him a shout out and people can go follow his page.
That's alright.
Oh, get in.
I'm gonna screw this up here. All I can see is grass.
Did you see the hole I had earlier when I was like in the trees for about
So we'll tidy
5
that
shots?
up for his par, and he'll remain in
disgusting.
red figures at 1 under.
Oh, GG's from Josh in the chat.
Alright, after this putt, after I get the ball in the hole eventually, I'll quickly give 3 away.
All right, there we go. Hound's going to give 3 entries away. He's a goat, absolutely. W's in that chat for the Hound. Give him a D's nuts as well if you've got that emote.
Let's go with we'll chuck one over to Brody.
Well done, Brody. Oh, I don't want to push that button.
Can't really see anyone else here. Hang on. We'll give one to Zach as well.
Yep. Yep, Grok. So 1 for Brody, 1 for Zach.
And that will do just fine.
Try to give it to different people so that way we can get more entries in.
Spreading the love.
We'll give one to LJ as well.
Oh, LJ. So I reckon, Josh, you've nearly got the most entries. And as the resident London viewer, that is a bloody good job. Well done, there you go. 3 given away. What a great gesture. Oh, get in.
Oh, it's in.
What a shot.
I still have 8 more to give away on my streams.
From that distance, he's thinking, just put it on the green 20 feet. This one,
How many
left.
How many do you have to give away? Sorry, I just chipped in from like 100 meters. 100
Oh,
yards.
nice.
How many have you got to give away?
I've got 8 more to give away.
Oh, from the 10 gifted you had?
Yeah.
Fuck. How good's that?
It's a hard choice. Because I want to give it to I want to give everyone one. It's just, I don't know, I can't. It sucks.
Yeah. But maybe, like I said, if you're struggling to find who to give them to, if you don't want to make it a decision as such, you could always do one of your marble streams and allocate people who are on 8 marble races, and whoever wins gets an entry.
That is true. I can do that too.
Oh, Brody with another home run. Very good. You've got to clip some of them, Brody, if you can. I'd like to see some of the home runs being hit. And I did clip that grok. That is I can't believe there was no heartbeat for that, number one. But what a shot. 100-yard chip straight in.
I have no idea what I'm doing in this one.
Yeah, grok. Yeah, you could have. Yeah, you're right. If you had a PlayStation, you would have spammed the absolute shit out of it.
Oh, grok, you can have one of the 8 as well. There you go, 7.
He doesn't have. Oh well, if you want a grok, you got to get yourself that PS5 though.
Ah. And then it's there waiting for him.
Which I hear is very close.
Well, what it feel? Eagle on the previous hole, just swinging easy and just stripes another one. You playing with house money?
Gonna take a big
Three
poke
under.
to get there, but a chance with his second to the par 5.
Have you done any other of the career mode stuff on this yet, or you've just been doing the online bits and pieces?
I've done the career mode. It's just I don't. It's the driving and the chipping and all that. I just can't get that line
In the bunker.
without hitting it too
this
far
par 5
wide,
green is
too
well
far
protected. That's
too far
two good
forward,
shots, but
too
that
far
bunker's there
backwards.
for a reason. Now with
Yeah,
some nifty
yeah.
sand play.
It's
we're looking
definitely,
at
like I
four.
said, it's definitely harder than 2K21. You
Yeah.
just smack it and it goes down the fairway.
Go straight.
But I like a challenge, so
That's it. It's all just a learning curve. Oh, and I've hit it onto the rough. Yeah, Brody, yeah,
Just
send
too
them
tough
on
to control out
Insta.
of the
Always
sand.
keen
That
that
one
anyone who
unable
does
to hold the green,
good
it'll
achievements,
run
or
off
you know, whether it's
into
a
the
good
short
home
stuff.
run or a good goal in FIFA, whatever it might be. Always keen to see all that stuff. It's always worth celebrating.
oh, you should have seen the comments on my latest TikTok, man. It is brutal.
Rocket League one.
No, Fortnite one.
Oh, what was
People
the
don't like me.
what was the context of your clip? What did you do?
Terrific shot right there.
Okay, so I
It's
said
all about
spot the
getting it
mistake.
inside that
Yeah.
3-foot
Right, so
circle around
in the
the hole. That
hashtags,
was
there's a
really
mistake
nice
of me
shot.
putting 2 in there instead of 1 by accident. So I was like, you know what, it's funny.
So this will be a par, and he'll
And
run
I called-
-3.
What are they commenting with?
They're coming at me with, you forgot to slide, the mistake is you don't know how to build. And then they just started roasting each other because they couldn't spell English.
Oh my god! You seem to draw a bit of a crowd. Like, I remember your last Rocket League one. People were getting stuck in as well. I didn't get why.
Oh, I love it.
It's it is interesting, isn't it? Like, that's obviously the risk that's taken when posting content in any platform, I suppose, is that there's going to be potential trolls and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty lenient and pretty okay with most stuff, but I've blocked a couple of people on TikTok recently because it was just the same shit over and over that was just blatantly bullshit and wrong. But yeah, I suppose when people can criticize your gameplay, it's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah, I love it because it gives
fuck,
me...
in the bunker.
Sometimes
Oh,
they're
man.
right and it's like, okay, I can work on that.
Yeah, if it's constructive,
And I
that's
think
all
that may have
good. I'm
surprised
all
him.
for
That
constructive
carried
stuff.
Much further than he anticipated.
Otherwise, I just giggle at them and go, okay, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're in the same spot here. Oh, from here, it looked like yours went in then.
Believe it or not, it's behind the hole.
Sit there, sit there. Is there 2 footy games on tomorrow, or are we the only one for this Friday night?
There's 2.
I still want to know if anyone knows the answer to
Okay,
this
that
or
one
not.
cleaned up without any issue.
But people,
and that
for the
is a
games,
par.
there's like a couple of days where there's back-to-back games at Adelaide Oval. Are they sold as individual tickets, or is it... Oh, Brady.
I think it would be sold as a ticket because they clear everyone out to the stadium.
Yeah, like, is it a day pass to go watch both games, or is it
Yeah, that's a
individual? They're going
nice
to clear
swing and
everyone out? Like, I just don't know how
result
it
is gonna be a
works.
tee shot that is
I think
set
it'd be
up just
individual
fine.
because because if they wanted to sell out for all games, which I think they did, so they
Yeah.
probably did that. Because literally an hour later, after the Essendon game, they're back at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
And then straight after the Geelong game, they're back at Adelaide Oval.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well done on the Rickroll there, Brody. Well played.
I don't think they've done Gather Round properly, in my opinion.
How would you have done it?
This from about 10
So, oh, this might go in here.
I'm watching. Oh, it went over the hole.
So I would have probably ran it with. Like, I do like how they've done it.
It's a birdie here at the
but
and he's gonna go
I wouldn't have back-to-back games at Adelaide Oval. I would have had everyone at different parts of Adelaide.
Yeah, right. Okay. Using all the state league grounds.
Yeah. Because you're trying to get people to look at different parts of Adelaide.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Not just the city of the churches, you know.
That's a good point.
Like if you go to Sydney, you'd want to see different ovals in Sydney, not just the same ovals over and over again.
Yeah.
Like for our game, we're in Adelaide Hills. You guys are at the Adelaide Oval.
Yes, I suppose they could use yeah, it's a fair point. They could spread it out more.
And even don't let Carlton play Gather Round ever again because that was a poor effort by them.
Poor showing.
So simple when you're going good, doesn't
Oh,
it?
Brody with another home run. How many have you hit, Brody? You must be on at least 4. Zach says Essendon versus Melbourne is at 4:30 at Adelaide Oval. Then Geelong play at 7. Yeah, that's what I mean, mate. It's going to be like really tight to they're not going to have time to clean the venue, number one, which I don't know if that's a big issue or not. But like, how do they make sure that everyone's out? They're going to have staff going through like all the toilets, because someone will try and do a dodgy and stay there for 2 games. You can be absolutely certain of that.
Oh, I definitely would.
Oh, 100%.
No, it's not close, but it is on the ground.
Yeah, I remember when we went to the elimination final for the Port game, we left Melbourne at about 6:30 in the morning, and we didn't really do a lot of research in advance, to be fair. We just thought everything would be open. So we got there at like 8:30, 9 o'clock by the time we got the car or whatever. And we drove into Rundle Mall, which is reasonably close to Adelaide Oval. Like, oh, we'll go around Rundle Mall, have a look. Everything was closed. Didn't open till 11. It's like, what? Why is nothing opening until 11 on a weekend? What is going on? Just couldn't believe it. But we ended up finding... We found like some hotel we could go to make use of their buffet breakfast, and went to some pier and a beach, but there wasn't really much else to see apart from that.
So some good putting on display. That's an easy
4 home runs for Brody, very good. Only in the practice game. Oh, okay, why don't you play career? Hey, 4 home runs is 4 home runs. Get that shit out of here. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they do gather around somewhere else next year, if they think that it worked well.
Or they could have done the Magic Round, but they could do it completely different to the NRL, where you could bring some VFL teams in and give them a bit of exposure in the AFL league.
Okay. That's why I've always been a big fan of the curtain raiser games, so people get to watch their VFL players and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, I understand it's maybe not necessarily for everyone, but for normal season stuff, I would love to see more VFL curtain raisers played at the G. Oh, I don't know if I hit that. Oh, no, that's not too bad. Oh, did you, Grok? Got an email from Sharon about purchasing gather round footballs. Yeah, not many available on the Econ website. Get in while they last. Oh, fuck, that's too far.
Oh, don't tell me I'm going to go down the hill again.
No, the gather round ones, they were pretty good. Like that chip shot.
Man,
come on, stop it.
Do no wrong. Dialed in.
That is
an eagle,
pretty good.
And this
that was an
a
eagle.
Spectacular round of golf.
Brady going to download PGA Tour 2K21 as well. May as well get a few games lined up. You can have them on high rotation until the 4th of May. like I said though, like if you've got Rocket League that was free, I'm not sure if it still is now. That's another good one to download and play. Fall Guys, if you're into that kind of stuff, that's always a good pick up and play game.
Still free.
It's still free, is it?
Yeah, it's free. It's going to be free forever now.
Oh, okay. There you go. Rocket League and Fall Guys, Brody. There's some other good games.
I will be doing. I might play some Rocket League tomorrow or later tonight.
Yeah, get around the hound for. He's very, very good at Rocket League, folks. Don't let him sell himself short.
What a way to feel.
I have
Eagle
my
on the
absolute
previous
shitters,
sole,
but
just swinging easy and just stripes another one.
Oh, Brody, these
Fine
chip
with
shots have been unbelievable. I'm still shattered we didn't get that hole in one that you called earlier on.
And he's set up for his second shot here.
The text-to-speech grok, I know. What did he say last night that it cost like $20 a month to do? I think I found the website. I was too late and too tired to kind of really look into how to set it all up. But it was pretty cool with the different characters. Spin, spin, spin.
I was able to get that back on the green. Thank God.
Well, I don't have my tape measure out, but that looks like, 6-7 feet in there, but that is an
Oh,
excellent
you get on the Rocket League, Brady. It's good fun.
Now for another birdie.
Not fun when you've got someone who might be playing golf with me at the moment, chasing me around, just demoing me all night. But
I don't know what you're talking about.
oh, how did that not go in? Yours just rolled around the edge. Oh, shit.
Wow,
The same spot.
You're going to be inside my body. This is weird.
Zach, saying you want a VFL round in the AFL is impossible because some broadcasts don't have rights. VFL's limited to Victoria. Proper game. Is it though limited in Victoria? I would have thought that because it's now got Southport and all that kind of stuff that it might be a bit more national. But the TV rights is definitely a factor though. I just think it gets poor coverage. Like Channel 7 shows one game a week or something. Same as the under-18 comp. I'd love to see more of those games on Fox Footy to see all the young kids coming through. No worries, Des Blues. All good. Thank you for dropping by. Much appreciated. Hopefully we get some exciting afl23 stuff over the coming days that we can all celebrate about. But I reckon we could be waiting a week or so before we see something meaty, something that's worth getting overly pumped about. But no, I appreciate you dropping by, mate. Have a good night. Have a good weekend if I don't jump on.
He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there.
Yeah, it's pretty much it, Croc. It's the addition of those sides. Oh, I think the VFL would be okay to watch, Zach. See all the players coming through. And yeah, like I said, the under-18 Coates High League would be good to watch as well.
Gonna go with the 3-iron here.
Or fit that too hard, I think. March Madness. I like what we had during COVID. Oh, did you roll off?
Yep, I'm in the water.
What did everyone think for the March Madness back in COVID days where it was just football game after football game?
That's just okay.
Did you like it, Hound?
Left himself at least a chance at a par, Frank.
Come on, Rich. I mean,
Absolutely not. It was
That's not ideal.
I reckon if we had fans, it probably would have been more entertaining.
Yeah, fair call.
Like, I would love to see games like that all the time, but then we just got to worry about fatigue and whatnot. So it was definitely not the brightest idea.
The injury thing was a very real problem, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Kicking
Like
himself
the
just a
overuse.
bit there. That is a drop shot, bogey 5.
Or debutantes with the VFL. Oh, is that for us, Grok? We've only got... we only had 27 players to pick from. But I tell you what, Grok, and any other Richmond supporters floating around, the outs for Sydney really even up this game for us. No Rampy, no Buddy, the McCartan brothers are out. Grok said that the Hound loves to get his balls wet.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you like the daily games there, Zach? Yeah, I didn't mind it. I felt it helped pass time, to be honest. I wouldn't be shocked if they did try and bring it back for some sort of occasion. speaking of the NBA, which you mentioned, did anyone watch the game today? It's like some new little playoff concept thing they were doing that was explained to me at work, but I couldn't really understand it. AFLX, Brody. I think they marketed it wrong. I think they made it too gimmicky to the point where it became a joke, and then they realised they probably went a little bit too far on it. I think they would have actually almost been better to just do it as AFL 9s, which has already been established, and just have that with AFL players playing. I think once they went down the heavy gimmick path is when they sort of lost people with it being treated seriously.
The Flyers.
So he'll tidy up.
Yeah, Flyers. Like, I really love the concept of having players from different teams playing together. Like in the same kind of vein as State of Origin. Like, I absolutely love State of Origin, and I would love for them to bring it back. I don't think they ever will, even though the players, I think, would like to. I just don't think it'll ever get over the line. But, yeah, maybe if they did it as an AFL 9s thing so it wasn't so gimmicky, but still had a mixture of players, that might work. Or maybe if they do something like that, do it as an under-23 comp. So it's more of the younger kids playing. Because you would hate for some of the older guys to get, or anyone to get hurt playing it.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green.
What did you like it, Brody? AFLX? Yeah, that's right, Zach. NBA and Prem basically all day. Yeah, NBA every day of the week. It's awesome if you got the pass. We sit there and watch it at work. It's good. Yeah, the plane, that's the one. Yeah, we're watching that today. I think Chicago got up, I think. It's a huge advantage for the Bucks, though, because whoever they end up playing, they're going to be rooted by the time that game starts. Yeah, you liked it, Brody? Was the atmosphere good there? Yeah, I think the concept was okay. I just think they went too hard on the gimmick piece. But I think there's definitely an appetite from football supporters wanting to see all the best players playing in the same team, or mixed teams. I think people would love seeing that.
Good shot. Safely.
I'm a Boston fan, Zach. So the old gamble responsibly. But anyone who was in like a betting with mates thing on Sportsbet, they did a thing the other week where they gave any betting group on the app, they gave everyone $100 bonus bet. And we're like, oh, fuck yeah. So we did are you kidding? Jesus. We did we put the $100 bonus bet on the Bruins to win the Stanley Cup, into Milwaukee to win the NBA for about $1,500 return. So we'll see how that goes. We'll be riding that one all the way. And then we did a baseball one. We're on the Mets and the Yankees to win the World Series. It's another season-long bet.
I have a question for you. Who do you reckon's going to win, Lions or North?
My boys picked North. They picked North, but I think the Lions will win. Although, being at Adelaide almost
no problems
neutralises a bit of that advantage, doesn't it? How do you reckon it'll go?
Honestly, this is the first time I'm going to say this properly. I reckon we're going to win.
Really?
I reckon because we've got our main defence back in Ben McKay and Griffin Logue.
Oh, is he back? Is he? Okay.
Right. We have our depth in our back line. We have the depth in our forward line now, and we've also got one person I'm disappointed to see, and that's Hugh Greenwood, because I believe he's definitely in our best 22. To see him out hurts a little bit.
Was he injured or omitted?
He sub.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like about 80 yards left.
But one player I'm happy to see, and that's Aidan Bonner after the performance he pulled up. He can be a really good player, but I reckon he's more of a forward than a backman.
Yeah, okay. So maybe a little bit out of position.
Yeah. Because watching him play on Harry McKay, he was 20-30 metres away from him, and he's on his own, and Aiden Core had to run back to back up Bonner.
Yeah, okay. So that's not ideal, is it?
No, it's leaking goals pretty much.
Oh, so you give yourself a good chance then. That's interesting.
I'm not very optimistic usually, but this time I looked at the list and I'm like...
You're feeling it. You're feeling the vibes.
Yeah, especially with them having Jack Gunston out.
Just 5 feet left.
I feel like we have a better chance because he can really change a game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a bad player, Jack Gunston.
Is as good a two-putt as you're going to
And
see.
like,
That's a short
actually, to be honest, there's another play that I'm sad that's out is Paul Curtis.
What did old Curtis do?
I don't know. I just don't know why he got omitted over.
Spin.
Obviously, I don't know what the selection is, but on that, but I think he should be playing along with Hugh Greenwood and
much as it trundles over the back of the green.
But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, Clarko and all that has a game plan, so.
Yeah, it's the old "in Clarko we trust."
Yes. Like you guys trust Hardwick.
Yeah, you have to. You got to trust those kind of guys, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! This ball's going to roll a long way. Oh, it's 2K22 free wrestling. Interesting. That's a good shout, Zach. Well done. I might have to jump onto the PS store there.
Honestly, just get 2K23.
Yeah, I know.
It is that one over 2K22. There is a massive difference.
Is there? It's quite noticeable.
So the game style, the selling and all that is way better.
Okay, that's interesting.
Save par.
But that wasn't a bad putt there, Grok. Tigers by 40, Grok. That's a big call. What did you say on the podcast? You didn't say 40 on the show, did you? You went a bit lighter. Why have you revised to 40?
I reckon that's a possible shout. Probably because you don't have Tom Lynch.
That one looking a
oh my god, I'm straight in the bunker. Okay, so no Buddy, no Reed, and they've got the McCartans out, Rampy out.
No
yeah, maybe.
Here. This one
it's going to be a fascinating game.
So likely no chance to spin.
Yeah, what's the price, Zach, in the PS store of 2K23? Is it still... This is my gripe, like the digital games are so expensive. Oh shit, I don't want to use a driver. No.
So, I would say use the streaming money on it.
On 2K? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just never understood how digital can charge so much more than physical. 130? Serious? Fuck, that's steep, isn't it?
Holds the green from that distance, from that lie.
Oh no!
Can't get Formula One, you reckon? I think I'm going to have to try Formula One at some stage.
Which Formula One though?
Oh, whatever the one is that's out currently.
Oh yeah.
Or if there's a new one that's coming out though.
Birdie here at 18.
I've still got to watch the rest of the Drive to Survive series as well. I keep forgetting to finish that. When's 23 out, Josh? How far away is that? It's like there's a cluster of games coming out all at once.
I just want to play afl23.
Yeah, I know. Well, there was speculation about even doing...
Today, I'd like to thank my partner,
Herbie and Sock wanted to do a little rust wipe as well in between.
Once again, the golf course provided more than a stern test.
And for the entire
any month
team,
now.
I'm Rich Lerner. Until next
I'm down to...
Josh, I'll have to look it up.
I'm down to be that fourth man outside your guys' base.
Yeah. If we end up going... It sounds like we will go ahead with it at some point. Fuck, it's 12:03.
If you need someone to jump outside your base and look after you at night, I'm definitely happy to do that.
Worked well last time for 15 or so minutes. How funny was that?
Yeah, just as we begin.
Yeah, absolutely shit on. Alright, I got some skill points. I'll apply some skill points, then I might have to go to bed because I do forget that I've got work tomorrow. What are you applying your skill traits to, Hound? Have you done any of those?
I've mainly been applying them to my driving and accuracy.
Yeah, okay.
because that's where I lack. With the putting, I'm good. The short game, I'm alright. The approach, that one needs to be turned up, but that will all be done soon, and I'll probably play some more tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah, it's not a bad game. It's I'm finding the career piece, I suppose, addictive in some sense that it.
Yeah.
Like it's always fun to upgrade your play. Like I kind of hope that AFL's got something similar where you upgrade your players' attributes. I'm not sure whether they will or not, but that would be good.
One thing I definitely want to see in afl23 is when you're customizing your character, being able to put your own face in there as well.
Yeah, the face scan. Yeah.
Yeah, because NBA 2K23
I was going to say, it was NBA, wasn't it, that did that? Yeah, the face scan.
Yeah, and it can turn out. I reckon that can turn a lot of heads, but it can also make the game at least a little bit more personal when you have a personal touch with your character.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck Big Ant. Oof.
Hopefully they got something. No, we love Big Ant, Zach. Getting around him. Unless they give us a shit game. No, I'm backing him in.
Well, even if
do the 2-hour trial, Brady. Do it.
Even if it does turn out to be a shit game, we're at least getting a different AFL game that we've been waiting for so long after Evo 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we back in Big Ant will stay when no one backed in Wicked Witch after the first one they dropped.
But you could tell, though, because you could tell that Wicked Witch weren't showing the same kind of love and connection to the footy game that Big Ant are. End of the day, if enough people support it and we can get them to make the next 3 games, we'll see vast improvements, edition on edition. Whether it's every 2 years or whatever that looks like, who knows? But yeah, hopefully we get something good out of it.
Like Cricket 24 looks elite.
Yeah. I haven't played 22, but I'm very keen for 24. I'll definitely be playing that. It looks very good.
Oh, I've already pre-ordered it.
Yes, I've got to do that. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited about the cricket game. It's just something a little bit different.
And then it'll be AFL Evo and AFL Evo. Oh.
Yeah, AFL 23
and Cricket 24.
Yeah. So let's just exclusively do Big Ant games.
Yeah. Big Ant, give us a contract.
Yeah, that's it. Zach used to troll people who said they pushed it back because it wasn't ready. You believe it now. I think the game is ready because it was in store. It is in store for PS5, so it has to have been ready because you can't get a game to disc unless it's like bang on. So they do say that they have some flex with the online part of the game that if you need to patch shit on that day one, they'll still publish it and they'll still put it to disc. But your offline piece and everything else has to be pretty much bang on. Otherwise, you simply won't get the green light to get it onto a disc. So. And like I said, with the industry I'm in and knowing what we go through with shipping, I firmly believe what he's saying because I go through it myself. So I've got no reason to think otherwise. And I just don't think they could do that much different in 3 weeks. I just don't think it would be enough time to develop or change something that drastically. Maybe fine-tune stuff, but yeah, I do agree and understand that by shifting everything else out, like the reveal of stuff, that it does create a bad look, and it does easily lead people to believe that it just wasn't ready. And that's something they have to wear, and they've got to deal with, I suppose. But hopefully soon we'll see a bit more come out, and we can all get a bit excited. So, but I think that is the marketing's been pretty bad. I agree. It's not been great. I don't think that's all Big Ant's doing. I think a lot of it's been directed by the AFL, and yeah, I would hazard a guess that if Big Ant were to market this game themselves, it would have been done differently to how the AFL wanted information released. It's just my guess, but it is what it is, and hopefully we get some more info soon. But it's not that far away. It's not that far away. We'll hang tight. We'll keep doing some golf streams. We'll do maybe an AFC stream, and we'll get through to the 4th of May. And hopefully, with any amount of luck, if we do happen to get the code for early access to stream AFL, then that's going to be a huge win for the Pink Panther Army. We'll get to watch that and watch me botch it. So, but we'll see how that goes.
I hope you know when you play it, I'm going to be giving you shit because I'm
Oh,
jealous.
yeah, I'll be copping all kinds of grief about gameplay, receding hairlines, the works. It'll be good. It'll be
No,
good.
get a hard ball get, mate.
Yeah,
Come on.
I know. I was never good at hardball gets, even when I played footy. I was always a bit of a wimp. But I hope everyone had a good night. Thank you to HelloFresh for the stream. I still would like to know if that was the real HelloFresh. I know they are sponsoring streamers at the moment, so that's an interesting follow. But yes, thank you to HelloFresh. Thank you to the Hound for the gifted sub. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. And for playing a bit of golf. 4 steps, that's right, Grok. Kanga, roo. But no, thank you to everybody for jumping in. Zach, Brody, Josh, Grok, the Hound, of course. Who else we had? Brody. Who else did we have through tonight? Das Blues, who was here for quite a while as well. Zach. Joy, like always, I can't see who else. My thing doesn't keep scrolling up. But no, thank you to you for everyone's love and support. Thank you for D's nuts, Josh. Much appreciated. Thanks for the chat, everyone. Probably not on tomorrow night, given our game is at 8:10, which I did not know until Grok mentioned that before. So that's probably counts out tomorrow night. But maybe some other time on the weekend we'll jump on and do the AFC team management. Have a bit of fun on that. See what happens. So have a good night, everybody. Kieran was the other one who was on. So I appreciate all the support. I'll keep an eye out for the list of names to add to the entry list from Grok, and we'll get all the names on there. And then the Hound and I will keep everyone posted on when we will do the draw. It'll probably just be the day before the 4th, I imagine, as long as it stays there. So
Pretty much. We just got to hope it doesn't go bang.
that's right, a sudden release. I'm like, oh, fuck. No, we'll work it out. We'll be right. All right, guys, have a good night. Stay safe, and I'll speak soon.